When I became a dean of my School of Facility Management of the Hans University in Groningen, that was about 6, 7 years ago, I didn't know so much about facility management. I must honestly admit that. And now 6, 7 years, 8 years later, I think I'm one of the biggest fans, beside Tony of course, of facility management. It really is a great profession. I found that out in the Netherlands, but even more on a European scale and also on a global scale. It really is a wonderful profession, and the thing that I find so wonderful about it is that it is so different in every country. And that was also one of my biggest challenge and also one of the biggest reasons to candidate myself as a chair of EuroFM. I think it's a wonderful task to unite Europe, or at least collaborate in Europe, but also to unite the different stages of development of facility management within Europe, but also outside Europe, so on a global scale. Why is that so beautiful? Because I think the essence is that we can all learn a lot from each other. And yes, I know worldwide, facility management still has to get better known by people, especially as a profession. At the same time, we all know that facility management is everywhere. No country, no organization can do without facility management. It's only more the question, do they know what they are doing, and are they doing it in the most professional way? But they are doing it all in their way. And that is, I think, a very interesting thing. A colleague of mine in the Netherlands is always saying, the first real facility manager that every person in the world is meeting is his or her mother. So that's also why I brought with me one of the best facility managers of Holland, of the Netherlands, being my wife, Elsa, mother of 6 children. Thank you, Elsa. Yes. Of 6 children, and I always say, all born out of one love and one marriage. So that is the first facility manager that you are meeting. But if you travel around the world, travel around Europe, then you will see that there are a lot of interpretations, definitions, job descriptions around facility management. And so if you're then being asked by the members of EuroFM, well, can you help us with setting up a European certification on facility management, then that's pretty difficult to realize. Because in every country, facility management is a different stage of development. There are different definitions, different job descriptions. So then you have a challenge. But we did that, and we did that very much based upon a basic idea about facility management. And I've presented that before. It's also based on the definition of IFMA, of facility management, that facility management is all about people, place, and process with the technique as a linking pin. But nowadays we also say, but it is also about people, planet, and profit, bringing in sustainability, with their more mentality being the linking pin. So we think that for any facility manager, now and or in the future, it is important that you have skills and knowledge in all those areas. I think that is important. And where nowadays still it is very often defined as that facility management is supporting the core business of a company or an organization, we see, especially in the Netherlands, that facility management is more and more integrating into the core business of an organization, and is therefore, with the complete organization, adding value to the outcome of and the product or service of that organization. I think that is a very important thing to understand. It also has been the basis of the European standard on facility management. And again, that standard has been the basis for, let's say, our certification of the site manager here in Europe. I won't take you through all the details, because once I start about facility management or about certification or about EuroFM, I can easily stand here the rest of the afternoon. But I only have 50 minutes, I guess, David. But we developed a site manager certification with basically people already working in the FM industry as a target group. And we also developed a competence check so that you for yourself can check if you need another certification or if you need another training. And this whole certification is also meant to get the European countries and the European facility managers a little bit more in the mode of wanting to have a certification in which they can prove the quality of their profession. And so this certification, I think, is also a very good first step to go on with certifications like Tony Keane just presented, and like the FMP or the CFM of IFMA. Well, we, in the end, decided to make a job description of the site manager. And why are we saying site manager? Because if you say facility manager, then that will have a different meaning in all kinds of different countries. It wouldn't be so much of a problem in the Netherlands, where we have around 7,000 students studying facility manager. We have a lot of post-bachelor, post-master education, a lot of vocational training in that. We also have a lot of young people therefore in the profession, and also a lot of women in the profession. But that is not everywhere the case. So we decided, let's make a neutral description of a site manager and define there what the main task of a site manager there is. And based upon a job description there, where the essence is that the site manager is basically an important link between tenants, real estate, and facility services, we have developed this certificate. Like I said, the European standard, EN 15221, has been the basis of this certificate. And again, I'm emphasizing that that standard already is based upon the idea that a facility manager has a lot more things to do than only managing a building. So the EN 15221 is defining a certain amount of areas that are involved within facility management that any facility manager should be aware of and being trained in and should have knowledge about. We organize this, like I said before, on the request of our members to help them set up a certification. And we did that together with ROIC, it's the Real Estate Association in Austria. But we are always setting up this certification with the local associations in different countries, because that's a very important aspect of this certification. It will always be localized to the national standards and the national states of development of facility management, and therefore also be always in the language of the country that is involved. So it's always a collaboration between EuroFM and one of the local associations. So the certification body is basically defining the job descriptions, the competencies, the procedures of the examinations, the tools, the questions, etc., etc. And of course, we will make sure that there is a quality assurance system on that, so that it stays up to date all the time. Don't worry, I won't take you to all of this, but on the different colors, you can see that the different colors are all representing, let's say, different competencies based upon the different areas of the 15221. And in all these categories, questions are being developed, and if you want to earn that certification of a site manager, then you should have knowledge, experience, and skills in all of these areas. So you will be a site manager with various well-developed competencies then. Well, like I said, it is always a procedure, so you don't have to come to, let's say, the central localization of EuroFM to get a certificate. No, it will always take place in your own country, in your own language, and organized by your own national organization. And of course, we are working together with the company, an IT company that is providing us with all the databases, the questions, the answers, the outcome, etc., etc. It is basically a multiple choice test. I must say I tried to answer the questions when they were first presented in German. I must honestly say I had a hard job there, but I can excuse myself by saying, yeah, but that's because it was in German. So we're still waiting for the Dutch translation, or perhaps the English translation. I feel a little bit more comfortable in that. Well, as you can see, on April 28th, 2014, the first 10 candidates tried to complete the certification of site manager, and 5 of them succeeded. So you can also see that it is not a certification that you can fill in, as we say in Holland, with 2 fingers in your nose. It is a certification that really requires knowledge, experience, and skills from facility managers. So the first rollout was in Austria, and we're already having agreements with Romania, Italy, and Bulgaria, again on their request with their local associations to also roll it out in those countries. Well, if you for any reason are interested in this certification or developing a certification like that in your own country, don't hesitate to contact EuroFM, and if you look at our website, that won't be a problem. With that, I'm also coming a little bit to the benefits of being a member of EuroFM. I think it's very good to realize that EuroFM, as I think also Lewis said, is a real network organization. And our main goal is to bring practice, so companies and the local associations, together with educational institutes and research institutes, bringing them together so that the members can set up certain projects, and we, as a real facility management organization, can then facilitate that. And the outcome of that network organization so far has been that there are data market reports set up, that universities are setting up summer schools and winter programs where students from all over Europe can meet each other and exchange knowledge about facility management. We also are now at the moment trying to set up a consortium of large companies, research universities and universities of applied sciences to hand in a request for European funding, Horizon 2020, on projects on facility management. And I think we will be successful in that, and I think that the Euro network there has proved his importance. So meeting each other, connecting people, building bridges, learning from each other, never with the attitude of telling others how to conduct facility management, but learn from each other, exchange knowledge, exchange experiences, set up seminars, and of course, our huge European Facility Management Conference that is taking place on a yearly basis, and this year will take place beginning of June in Berlin, and in 2015, I can already tell you that, in Glasgow in Scotland. And that will be, I think, Stan Mitchell, a good thing for you to hear. Okay. Like I said, connecting people, bringing people together, that is the main goal of Euro FM. That is also why we are always saying, as Euro FM, we are never bound to anybody, but always open for everybody, for anyone. So that is a basic principle, rule of Euro FM. And that's also the reason why we intensively always collaborate with IFMA, being the International Facility Management Association. Well, again, I would like to thank the organization for inviting me over here. You must be a great facility manager, David, because we left Holland in a pouring rain, and the moment we came here in Madrid, the sun was shining. Thank you for that.